Hi everyone, we're back with another buying review, and this time we're back with the BMW 7 Series that was introduced to us in 2002. This BMW is arguably one of the most ugly in the 7 Series history, but taste for design is very personal. Myself, I can appreciate its lines and I think it aged very well, especially the facelift of this 7 Series. This car followed the legendary and timeless E38 BMW, which is still the most desirable 7 Series, but it's getting old now. This generation is the E65 that was built between 2002 and 2008. Is this a good car and is it still worth the investment? Can you buy one and expect not to run into too much trouble? Let's find out. By the way, this car was only available with a 6-speed ZF automatic gearbox. BMW recognized that manual shifting is too much work for busy executives. Let's start with the strong points of this car. These cars are fast, especially for such a big car. It handles very well for a big, luxurious sedan. For some people, its appearance. Negative points. The iDrive system has a learning curve for people that are not familiar with it. If you choose bigger rims, this will affect the comfort and makes the ride harsh and un-limo-like. Let's go more into detail of what owners of this 7 Series reported over the years. Service history is vital. Before we start to have to state the obvious, never buy this type of car without a complete service history. If this is not available, this could be used in the negotiations. But that's a bit like playing Russian roulette. There might be a chance that you and your local mechanic will see each other regularly. But that is not always the case. These cars have quite some issues, but that does not necessarily make this car unreliable. Service history is key to longevity. Ex-board of director cars would be my pick. Number of owners is also a good indication of troubles to come. Enough of the obvious, let's go into detail. Suspension components. These are heavy cars. Suspension components and brakes will wear and tear, especially with a more sportive driving style. Always go for a test drive and see how the car behaves. Electronics. Make sure all the electronics work. This car is full of electronics. Also check if the iDrive system in the car still works and check if the maps are outdated or not. Nowadays there are many ways to navigate, but BMW's own system is also great, even 18 years after its introduction. Updates of maps are sometimes quite expensive. Check the possibilities and prices. Based on the specifications, the 7 Series can also have access codes for unlocking the car, have soft close doors and boot. The external door handles can have issues, so check if they work properly. Make sure the heated seats and the electronic adjustments of the seats still work. Also invest in a code reader that you can connect to the car's ECU. This will give you more insight in the error codes that you might encounter, especially when you have to do all the small maintenance yourself on this car. Then this code reader is a must-have. If you have a budget, then go for the facelifted models. They have more connectivity options for connecting your phone or external devices through the auxiliary input. Engines. The M57 engine is quite bulletproof. The engine was used in the 730D and is in use since 1998. But check if the swirl flaps are already removed. These can become brittle and break off. When they do, they're sucked into the engine and this causes engine damage. So remove these flaps if the previous owner have not done so yet. As usual, check if the engine oil was regularly replaced together with the oil and filters. The V8s are also quite reliable. Many of these engines were in the engines that were based in the 90s as well, with some minor upgrades. The 745i, however, seemed to be a troubled model. This car has the N62B44 engine. Do your research if you specifically want to buy a 745. The 7 Series was available with inline 6 cylinders, V8s and a V12 in the 760 Li, which was top of the lineup. The N62 petrol engine that can be found in the 735i 740i and the 745i and the 750i can suffer from worn valve stamps. Other general issues. Some owners claim about ticks in the steering rack, rough idling of the engine, and a strong vacuum on the oil cap. Defects in the steering pump, rising oil levels in the diesels due to regenerating particle filters. As said before, when you buy these complex cars for about 10% of its original MSRP, then you have to invest in a code reader to keep track on trouble before they get out of hand. This car could be used as a daily or as a comfortable weekend cruiser. In Europe and especially the Netherlands, we will be financially butchered on road tax and petrol when driving a car like this. In America, this could be a complete different story. Overall, these cars are now getting old. They have lots of electronics, they are complex, and repairs could potentially be very expensive. You can be lucky and pick out a good one, and that one will serve you for many years to come. Or you can buy yourself a potential money pit. If you have any more questions about this car, let me know in the comment section. If you find these buying reviews useful, please subscribe to my channel to stay updated with my latest videos. Thanks for watching.